to the Wellness Show. I'm Dr. Keisha Christian, your host. So glad that you've tuned in for today's episode. I'm so excited about today's episode. It is on orthotics and prosthetics. Orthotics is simply a device used to support, align, or correct any area in the body, such as a brace or splint. And prosthetics is utilizing devices to augment an area that has been lost, like a lost limb. So we have invited a special guest today from Level 4 Orthotics and Prosthetics, who's leading in the nation in orthotics and prosthetics industry. Gabrielle Lewis, who is here today, she's going to share with us all about the products and services that Level 4 has to offer. So without further ado, I introduce to you and welcome Gabrielle Lewis. Gabrielle, so glad that you're here with us.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you. We are so excited that you're going to share with us about Level 4 and all of the services and products that are provided. So first, we want to get a chance to know you. Share with us your passion and motivation in just being a practitioner in orthotics.
Well, I grew up in Germany, and so in Germany I worked every summer, you know, like every student does. And so my neighbor had a facility in orthotics and prosthetics, so I started there.
Okay.
And so I learned how you can change people's lives, you know, and I'm a hands-on person, love people, and so that's where I started my career and my passion.
That's wonderful, because I can imagine you have so many touch points in helping people to renew and restore lives, as well as just give them hope that they can get out in the community, they can function again, and they can live a life of wellness.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so thank you so much for sharing that. So you are a practitioner with Level 4 Orthotics and Prosthetics, and I know that they have great presence on the East Coast as well as Texas.
Yes.
You are in Cary, North Carolina,
yes.
And thank you for being here. Share with us all of the various products and services that are provided.
Well, we provide a comprehensive orthotic and prosthetic care from the age 0 to 99. So whatever really you need for your body, we have it.
Excellent.
We take care of it. Specialized actually in cranial remolding orthosis. So that's one of my specialties.
So I want to hear about cranial remolding and how you have been influential in helping children with plagiocephaly as well as flattening of the head, and they can be used interchangeably, those terms, just develop a normally shaped skull.
Right. So we use, here at Level 4, we use the star band remolding orthosis. And star band stands for Symmetry Through Active Remolding. And we go by the recommendation of the American Academy of Pediatrics. We do the repositioning first, you know, when they're really young. We do 2 months of repositioning. We scan the patient first when we first see them and see where their numbers are, where the severity is. Then after 1 month of repositioning, we scan again, and then we can actually see where they corrected, how they corrected, if they corrected or not corrected.
Interesting. So do you make any modifications based on their progress or lack
Not
of
at
progress?
that time. We just take the scan, we put the scan over the first one, and that's how we can see. But the parents do all the work. We educate the parents, you know, we let them know what to do, and we give them information how to reposition. So, you know, so that's a big part of us. We don't really push everybody into a helmet. We do the repositioning first.
Okay, interesting.
And then it also depends on the age of the baby. Okay. You know, that's a big part too.
So when do you start? As early as what age?
Oh, actually we start, the best time to treat is between 4 and 6 months. Because when they're young, there's a lot of fast growth.
Sure.
So after that, the growth is slowing down, and the treatment time takes longer.
Okay. Okay, and share with us what a prescription that you would recommend to the parents in terms of, is there a breaking period of wearing the helmets? How many hours per day they have to wear it, and the length of time?
The prescription, you know, when they first come here, it actually says evaluation and treatment. So, you know, if they they come in here just for the scan, that's fine. Or treatment, we have it both. But the time of wearing the orthosis is about 23 hours a day. That's a must.
Okay.
If you don't wear 23 hours, you're not going to get the correction. It's a time wasted.
Okay.
So, and it's important. So you only have, in the summertime it's a little harder because, parents want to go to the pool so you just have to adjust your hour.
Sure.
Non-wear, so you use that go to the pool or
Okay.
mostly stay at home. Or watch the baby, if they get really hot, take the helmet off for a second, cool them off, put it back on.
Sure. And so they are required to sleep in the
Yes,
helmets
they do.
as well.
They do.
Okay.
And they do real well with it. I know moms are very concerned about that. How can they sleep in a helmet? But the babies do real well with it. They adjust to it real quick. And moms have sometimes an issue because you can't cuddle.
Sure.
Here's this big helmet there, and so, but it's a short time,
Yes.
Helmet, depends on the age of the baby and the severity, so it's time sensitive. They wear it maybe 3 months, when they start really young. So the treatment time, and if they wear it 23 hours.
Okay.
So if you're real compliant with that, after 3 months, most likely they're done. And so it's a short time.
Yes.
And then you have a nice, perfectly round-shaped head.
Yes, and that's so important because apparently it is very prevalent that babies do have either soft spots or flattening of the head.
Right.
And so I love how babies are so adaptable, right?
They sure are.
So they can wear the helmet, develop a normally shaped skull, and just live a normal life.
Yeah, and they don't have to worry about later on, balance issues.
Sure.
Or jaw problems, because the alignment is not correct. Or ear alignment, all this, that you don't have to worry about it.
Exactly. And I know, for example, you have glasses on, and I was introduced to a child that I worked with as a physical therapist, and unfortunately, they did not receive any treatment.
And
they had glasses, and their glasses, yes, were little crickets, and it frustrated the child. So it's good to know that you provide cranial remolding for children, and it's best to seek that treatment around 4 to 6 months, of the baby's life.
And we only, it requires only 1 helmet per treatment.
Okay.
So we carve out of we have a liner inside where we carve out where we want to get more correction.
Sure.
So the patient comes in every 2 or 3 weeks, and that's when we do all the adjustments, and so we can really promise our patients 1 helmet per treatment. Insurance only pays 1 helmet if they do.
Okay.
So, and it's money issue too, so.
And of course, it's beneficial that you follow the prescription that you provide of wearing the helmet 23 hours per day for a couple of months. It's 2 to 3 months. That's not really a long period of time. For babies, they go by like that.
Exactly.
So definitely.
Exactly. So,
Okay, great.
Yep.
Great. So I'm glad that you provide that service. And from what I understand, you also provide other orthotics throughout the body. Share with us some of the common conditions that you provide for upper extremity orthotic treatment.
Well, upper extremity orthotics, usually the stroke patients, when they have contractures in their wrist and elbows, we do provide the resting hand splints or the dynamic splints, So that's, or after shoulder surgery, rotator cuff surgery with the airplane splint, this kind of thing. So those are for upper extremities.
Okay.
And we do a lot of lower extremities and lots of pediatrics, so.
Good. So like you said, you treat people from as young as 0 to 99 years old. So that's great.
Yes. Also, we take care of a lot of diabetic patients.
Okay.
They start out with diabetic shoes, but with diabetes, it's a big thing. You have to watch your feet, your skin, if you have any issues there and you start getting an ulcer, it can go on and then you end up as an amputee.
Right, exactly. So preventative is the best care.
Right.
And so a lot of your products and services are focused on preventative care.
Yes,
so that is great.
Yes.
Great. Good. Very good. And so again, for upper extremity, shoulder, elbow, wrist, hand, forearm, fingers, you provide all of the different orthotics for that.
Yes.
Okay, excellent. That's good to know. Now, share with us, does a person require a prescription in order to come and seek your services?
Okay, so when they first come in to see us for a consultation, they don't really need a prescription, but then we do, once we proceed for treatment, then we do need a prescription.
Okay, okay. So they can come in for an initial
They
evaluation.
can come in, yes.
And then if they need certain
Yeah.
or specific products, then you recommend to have a...
Right, right. And we stay in touch also with the physical therapist.
Sure.
With the surgeon, the doctors, you know, we have a close relationship actually with Duke, the division of plastic surgery, the pediatric plastic surgery, so we work very closely with them. So, yeah.
And I can imagine that insurance prefers to have a prescription in order to pay for the different devices.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you know, like Medicaid, they do actually cover the helmets, but the patient has to be seen by a pediatric neurosurgeon, and it has to state severe, so that's a big part of it. So Medicaid does cover it, but you have to be going to a pediatric neurosurgeon.
Okay, okay, interesting. Now, you've touched on, again, the helmets. I just want to ask one question. How do parents maintain the helmet clean?
Oh, well, that's a part. You clean it actually with rubbing alcohol, 91% rubbing alcohol, morning and evening. That's a daily thing. Then you can use it with little, you know, the soap, Dove soap, or the regular soap what you wash the baby with. Twice a week.
Any household products that you may have.
You just clean it out and keep it dry, of course. And you can put it out in the sun for a second to dry. I mean, the sun is the best to get rid of any bacteria, anything. You know?
Absolutely. Okay, interesting. Good. So it sounds like it's very easy to maintain, and of course the use for the baby as well.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
It's just, you know, in the beginning it's hard. You have to put it on and off. There's an adjustment time the first 3 days.
Sure.
But after that it's easy.
Sure. Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. So, do you provide home visits
Yes,
or facility visits?
We do go to the facilities and we go to homes.
Okay.
So, I mean, anytime, no problem. We go where we are needed.
Yes, then that's great. And as a physical therapist, I've worked a lot with orthotists and getting the proper care and the proper devices for various patients. And it's such a good teamwork.
Yes, it is.
To determine what the patient needs and ensure that they have.
I think it's actually necessary that you work with the PTs together and the OTs, you know, in order to,
Absolutely.
Get
Thank you for that partnership.
Yes.
It's always great. So share with us if someone wants to come and seek your service. As you mentioned, they don't require a prescription for their initial visit. Share with us how they, number one, prepare for their initial visit, and then also what to expect during their initial visit.
So they can go on Level 4's website. We have our papers on there. They can fill them, download them, fill it out, bring it in at the time of the visit. It cuts down the waiting time out there. And then, you know, usually an hour visit is usually required to get the initial evaluation.
Okay.
And but yeah, we have everything on our website so they can download it and fill it out and bring it in.
Okay, excellent. And in terms of the products, are they mostly here on site?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. Manufactured here on site.
Well, not right here. We do all the adjustments here, but it's very close by. We have our central fabrication is in Winston. That's 2 hours away. I mean, even if necessary, we can run it up there real quick. You know, there's no issue. But it's Level 4 facility, not one other central fabrication.
Okay, great.
So
it's good 4. For continuity of care
to
know that everything is done in house.
Which is a nice thing, also. You know, if you have a patient who moves from Cary now to Charlotte, you know.
I love that.
So they're you know, they can stay, even in helmet treatment, they can stay with Level 4.
And that's great. You know, there are a lot of people that are moving from north to south.
Right.
And I know that you have a facility in New Jersey, for instance.
And even in Pennsylvania, so.
Yeah, so if they move down here, as we know so many people are moving down here, so if they move down here, then the continuity of care is
We do have actually a lot of them who do transfers. So.
Oh, good. Excellent. That's good. That's wonderful. Well, I love how you're renewing and restoring lives, and it makes a world of difference. You know, here on the Wellness Show, we are focused on educating people and sharing with them various products and services that are out in the community so that they can live a quality of life. And so I thank you for partnering with us today and sharing. And Gabrielle, you are worth a wealth of knowledge, and your expertise is just unspeakable. So I really appreciate your time and just sharing with us about the cranial remolding process and all the different orthotics for the upper extremities that you provide to the community. I think it's great. And again, I thank you so much. It's been a pleasure and to meet you and to work with you, and I appreciate your time and your service to the community. It means a lot.
Thank you.
Very good. So here on the Wellness Show, we are so glad that you've tuned in today to learn about orthotics and prosthetics. Remember, if you need the services of Level 4 Orthotics and Prosthetics, they have great presence in the East Coast of the United States as well as Texas. We are in the Cary location, and whatever you need, they can provide those services. So give them a call or check out their website if you're curious about their products and services, or you need their products and services, or even if you know a family or friend that needs their products and services. As always, we want you to live a life of wellness. So we thank you for tuning in again on the Wellness Show, and as always, we wish you well.